Above the gaming screen I see D just joined the military. And if you know PBTA, then let the Deechcast lead the way.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Cause Deech time games are shameless. Nate's jokes are often heinous. We'll show you RPGs are therapy.
Last time on Dungeons and Dragons, we were introduced. Yeah.
How come I don't have any swag? What's up with this?
There are only
There's
three.
only a handful of them in existence.
Yeah, there's only three in existence, I think.
No, there's five. There's five.
Five. Whoa.
Whoa, 5.
Tony's.
I mean, I'm counting 2, and I'm counting 5 people here. So
Yeah.
To be fair, I do own one.
oh,
Let's play like this the rest of the time.
nice.
Yes, that's how we get the views, Conrad.
Right?
Yeah. So last time we went over the rules, the characters, and we began with the diagnosis of Cash, who was sent to radiology, and we are heading back over to the Bachelor Officer Quarters, where Stony is going to set up his few belongings for the very first time, being freshly dropped off by Warrant Officer Ethan and Father Don. So they'll both be directly outside of his tent there as he goes to enter. And upon entering, you were greeted by a mild Russian accent. Oh, hello, comrade. And I won't do anything beyond that. So you see before you, what happens when you make so many NPCs, Conrad? A tall, broad man who is the 5 o'clock shadow, very square-jawed, tight, light blonde, dirty blonde buzz cut. And he sees you entering and has this big, welcoming glow to him. And he introduces himself as Valentine. He is going to be your roommate. Oh, hello. You must be Stony. I'm Valentine. Welcome to the 99th. I hear that you have exceptional surgical skills. I too have exceptional surgical skills. We make good cuts together, right?
So this entire time he's been talking, Stony's just been kind of like, just dead staring, and like probably about like 10, 15 seconds in, he just walks over to the cot, throws his bag on the ground, and just lays down.
So he's completely unfazed by this entire thing, and still has the exact same like warmness to him. Oh yes, you must be very tired. Long travels, long days. In Russia, we had to walk 9 miles in your American tongue to get to the beats. That's why I'm here. I didn't like walking in those lines. Lines, everything was lines. You know, here we're in charge of the lines. I like that. But yes, you must be tired, Stony. And he starts walking over to your stuff and just starts looking at it.
Does he touch it?
He's like opening your bag, and when you look over at him, it's not like anything sinister. It's still this I want to be your friend, while he's beginning to rifle through your things.
Stony will just kind of like roll his eyes and then roll to the opposite side so he's looking away from him, and then just starts to doze off.
Awesome. And right outside, you guys hear he's very loud. You know Valentine as one of the 5 surgeons of the medical corps, not including the chief surgeon. But so Ethan and Don both know the loud, warm, happy Valentine. So you hear this. Do you have any thoughts or would like to interact or just allow it to
So
pass?
I'm in the back of my head, I'm thinking to myself, Stony didn't really seem like the talkative type. I really don't want this to be his
Yeah,
introduction.
he didn't say a word the entire car trip at all.
I don't want this to be his introduction to the 99. So I'm gonna kind of like peek my head in and be like, hey, just wanted to check in and see how you're acclimating meeting your new roommate here.
He just holds up a thumb.
Valentine, you're gonna show him around, make sure he feels at home here.
Oh, I plan to. Yes. We're going to be best friends.
Takes the second pillow on the cot next to him and just puts it over his head.
Well, make sure to do it on his time here. Don't overwhelm our new friend.
Oh, there's only camp time, friend. There is no personal time. I'm teaching him right away. And he says, yes, I mean, second pillow, great, right? We only had one pillow in Russia. That's another great thing here. Even when we're in Korea, we still get two pillow. Yes. Yes, so you take those pillows and you take advantage of them. That's actually a good idea. Like I will also take two pillow rest. This book here, so he takes a book out of your bag. It's like, this book looks interesting. Whatever book you want it to be. And he goes back to his cot, opens it up and starts reading it. And he makes verbal comments the whole time, like, oh, very interesting. Yes. Okay.
So I don't know what the customs are back in the motherland of Russia, but most Americans don't really like it when you touch their things, Valentine. I just thought I'd remind you of that.
Oh, well, right. We don't have
At least without asking.
things. Right. We share everything in Russia. I forget. It's so great to have our own things. But I'm just finding out Stony's interests. I think that as his roommate and new best friend, that it's important that I learn about him. Wouldn't you agree? To be friends, we should know much about each other.
Oh, I do agree, but he's tired. You should let him rest. Let him rest for tonight. Matter of fact, yeah, I don't know. You should let him rest. I forget what the.
It is midday too, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I plan to let him rest. I'm just reading.
So, do I know that the next thing that Stony needs to do is check in with the doctor?
Yeah, as the driver, like you're pretty
All right.
driver and overseer of the whole ordnance
Okay.
platoon.
That's kind of what I figured. That's kind of
you know, yeah, like the order of things when you deliver people.
all right. So, all right, Valentine. You know what? Why don't you you study up in that book, Stony? Let's go. Let me take you over to meet your. I'm assuming it would be his CO, his commanding officer,
So
or his surgeon.
He's under the chief surgeon, I would imagine, right?
yeah, so he's he'd be under the chief surgeon and you should know you. The chief surgeon is probably in surgery. So like in terms of
All right.
the
Yeah,
order
let-
of things.
Let me take you over to the hospital tent. We'll go meet with Major Hale. I think he'll be a good person for you to know and meet and introduce you to the things around here.
Oh, excuse me, friend, but weren't we about to let Stony rest?
We will let him rest, but unfortunately, he does have to attend to his duties first.
Oh, now he has duty. Oh, okay, all right. I'm just looking out for you, Stony. If you want to rest, we can pull rank on this warrant officer.
Oh, then
Says
I
it like
will
smiling.
absolutely do that then.
All right. So he is going to make the roll to pull rank on you. Which I think is actually just influence. Like there's a few different types of influence. So by pulling rank, roll toughness. So I'm going to go ahead and roll that. Roll. Ooh.
And I roll as well, or is Valentino rolling?
So Valentine is rolling. He's so where you're like, you just got here too. Like you're just gonna like at least allow Valentine to attempt it. So he rolls a 12.
Ooh.
Which take 1 forward for each step by which you outrank the other person. So he outranks you by 2. I'm sorry. So it's not actually like the individual amount of ranks. It's the subsections of group. It's the group ranks. So he outranks you by 1.
Okay.
For the sake of groups. All right. So So he pulls rank on you. He tells you that you should let him rest and be on your way, and he makes a shooing motion. So you have the option to not listen as well. Like he doesn't actually oversee you; he just is a higher rank than you.
Right.
And so yeah, how would you like to respond to this?
So I will. I'm going to kill him with kindness, and I'm going to put a big smile on my face and be like, "Well, that's totally fine. If we're going to let him rest, we're going to let him rest." Stony, I'll be outside for another few minutes. If you do change your mind, I'll be more than happy to give you a ride to where you got to go. And then I turn around and just, being the cowboy, I'm wearing a cowboy hat.
Awesome.
Which is going to be like, it's going to be camo, whatever color, like kind of the scene of the area is. I know like in MASH anyway, the show, it's like the desert. I'm assuming it's kind of the same.
No, it's more like almost tropical farmland.
Okay.
Like it's not like actual like bananas and like palm trees or anything, but
Right.
it's
Okay.
It's a very
It's
warm.
So then it's like like a greenish, blackish, like camo, like almost like an officer's hat, but it's a cowboy hat because
You have like the net like hanging down.
Well, like mosquito net. Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of see I can like roll it up in the back. You can definitely see that it's not hanging down, but you can definitely see like the mosquito netting and stuff like around it that I've got rolled up. But yeah, so I just kind of like tip my hat and I good day, and I go back to the Jeep, go back to Blaze the Jeep, and kind of make sure everything is good with the Jeep and dusted, because I like to have the dashboard look pristine before I get it all dusty while driving again. And yeah, that's what I'm doing while Stony makes up his mind.
Nice. So okay, sorry, go ahead, Jonas.
And could you just let me know when it becomes a minute past when it would be unacceptable for him to be late to meet with me? Because at that point, I will go find him.
Okay. I will. So in this case where
It will come up.
Yeah. you listened. So you listened to him, you were happy and everything. So I'm going to say you take no stress from the situation, and you also don't develop a negative history. Like that was, nice, well done. And so now though, with Stony, he is now shoot away somebody bothering you. So I'm going to give you the +1 relationship where you don't know anyone else in camp anyway. And so your roommate has now been friendly to you, which you didn't really care about, but he just straight up chased away somebody trying to make you do something. So you'll get that +1 if you want to mark down. You got a +1.
Shall.
Okay, and so Father Don, you also somewhat overheard some of this. You see Ethan come back out, who was just shooed away by a surgeon. And you're just walking very slowly around the outskirts, enjoying the scenery. So do you have any reactions now to Ethan coming back out, or would you like to just stroll on out of here?
Well, yeah, I'll approach Ethan and just ask him to fill me in as I see him walking, and I'm just like, Ethan, buddy, You look like you look like you just saw your mother naked. What's going on there?
Stony was getting kind of acclimated and into his new settings and surroundings and stuff in there. And, Valentin was kind of just being Valentin, a little overbearing and stuff, So I was trying to just, make it so he was kind of feeling a little bit more at home, and he just kind of gave me the cold shoulder. So I was like, all right, I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to go back out here and work on my car, work on the Jeep. And if you need a ride to go see Dr. Hale, I'll be more than happy to take you over there. But he didn't seem like he was having it. He just put a pillow over his head. I think he's trying to smother himself. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that Valentin can be a pinprick, but he's got a good heart. I'll go in and I'll see if I can talk to Stony.
All right, maybe you can use the fear of God or something, get it in him. Because if he doesn't have the fear of God in him, he's gonna have the fear of Dr. Hale in him pretty soon. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean there. Good friend. All right. All right. God be with you.
And also with you. And I walk back over to the Jeep, and you hear me start it up.
Yes. All right. So now Father Don is going to also enter this tent with Dak Allen. Are you going to have him follow you in, or tell him to wait outside?
Yeah, I figured having Dak come in might be overwhelming, so I'll go in at first and just kind of see what's going on. And if there's like a major issue, I'll have Dak come in too.
Major issue?
So Dak is like, he has a really flippant attitude, though he always ends up doing like what you tell him to do.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just kind of like, oh, all right, whatever. Yeah, I'll just be standing around outside. Father, you know what's best.
You need to learn patience, my good son.
So that's a great. Okay, so you roll in. Valentine sees you come in because he's just sitting there facing the end of the tent, still reading Stony's book. Stony has two pillows covering his face.
Yeah, just Stony sandwich.
Stony sandwich. Oh, Father, good to see you. What brings you to our humble abode?
Oh, good to see you as well. I heard there's someone in here by the name of Stony. We all know him, I figured I'd come in and see how he's doing.
Oh, Stony, yes, he's new to camp. This is my new best friend, Stony. We're going to be great surgeons together.
Oh, good. Well, I might as well just see this can be a bit overwhelming being here. And I figured I'd go talk to him and see how he's doing, if that's okay with you.
It might be okay. It has to be okay with Stony. Did you know that he likes Moby Dick? This book is great. Something about a whale and some man named Ahab.
That's a big book. I remember getting that assigned in my high school class at Bishop Williams High School. And,
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because it's great to have this exchange where it's between two like super loud dudes in camp, like it's from a guy like on a bed.
I just for the record as well, I would like to be performing the basic move of relax.
Okay. Make that check.
I will. I am rolling nerve on this. So that is a 7.
A 7. All right.
I am going to choose the option that ensures that I suffer no consequence for this action.
Nice. So, all right.
So
yeah,
Stony will just lift up the top pillow, roll over, and just look at the new person who has entered the tent, and just look at him, and you just see his eyes. It's just vacant and empty, and so very tired. And he's just like, I was just in the Jeep with what I can now presume safely to be the third loudest person in this camp for the last 12 hours. I just want to take a short nap. And then he puts the pillow back over his head.
Well, you heard the boss, father. I know.
So I just kind of nod and I go, and then I walk out.
Okay, so Major Hale has now, where the vehicle's so loud, heard it roll into camp, go silent, restart, and move again. You know that you were supposed to see somebody roughly about this time. So they're new to camp. Like, it's possible that they just like haven't found you yet. But you are now aware that like you should be meeting with somebody. A second vehicle rolls into camp very quickly, rushing toward the hospital. It arrives with 10 soldiers, and the report has come down that Stony is needed in surgery right away. A package also arrives for Father Don.
Well, seeing the people roll in, I will head over to assist with triaging the individuals who need help.
And seeing that there's a vehicle now in the camp that I am unfamiliar with, I will then go over there to make sure.
You recognize it.
Oh,
And
okay. Fine. Then I'll just.
Any vehicles that are going to be coming and going, like, I will let you know if you don't recognize it.
Okay. All right. Cool. Then never mind. Forget I said anything.
So I'm going to ask and see if they need any spiritual support, but I'm going to pray for the people coming in. Is that package, is there like any identifiers on it? Like what does it look like or say? Does it have an address or?
It is completely unmarked.
Completely unmarked. Well, can I, is there an equivalent to like detect magic? You know, like what should I roll to inspect that, you know?
So you can roll something called eyeball,
Okay.
which allows you to just like take a closer look at a person or a situation.
Okay. So I'll roll an eyeball.
Okay. So this is plus skill.
Tony, while we're waiting for him, your camera went super blurry, like you're out of focus.
Yeah, I've noticed. I've been trying to fix it.
All right.
All right. So that's a -1 to skill. So that's
There
not
we go.
good. But, all right. So 2d6, right?
Yes.
That is a 4 -1. So that's not good.
Okay. So
It's gonna blow me up.
So on a miss, you hold none and take nothing forward, but can ask one question immediately. However, the commanding officer may answer with a lie or half-truth. So ask your one question about the package.
Can it be a compound question? How neatly is this package wrapped? Is it like messed? Well, I finished the question. There we go.
How neatly is it wrapped? It is wrapped as such that it is secure but easy to open.
Can I continue to like investigate it on my own? I mean, without rolling, is there stuff that like I can pick up on without having to roll?
I mean, at this point, like you've
Like, do I
learned-
hear a ticking noise inside or something?
No, there's no taking noise. You personally have learned all that you will be able to learn from it. You can like go to other people to like help you or make someone else open it on your behalf.
Dak, get over here.
Yeah, I mean he
I'm gonna have Dak open it actually.
Okay. Also, Valentine, without saying anything, gets up and hustles to the hospital. So you hand the package off to Dak and back away.
Was
Yeah,
there
well,
an
what-
announcement that Stony was needed somewhere?
Yeah. So
Yeah, in surgery, yeah.
Okay, so if there was like an official like announcement over the loudspeakers that I was needed, he would just begrudgingly slowly get up and make his way towards wherever he was summoned.
Okay. Sounds good.
So I'm gonna give Dak the package and just say some jamoke gave this to me, and I figured you might be able to look it over for me. I am going to go in this hospital. This looks like this is a very serious thing. I'm gonna hang back And if anything gets too bloody, they know they can talk to me.
All right. Yeah. Guess I'll just take your mail for you. That's what I'm good at, right? So he like looks at it, like shakes it for like 3 seconds, and then just tears it open, and he explodes. No, I'm kidding. So he tears it open,
Yes.
and he pulls out a series of pictures.
Oh, what do they look like?
These pictures will self-destruct.
And he explodes. So he doesn't say anything, and he brings the pictures over to you and holds them out for you to look at. And in glancing them over, they are photographs of men's butts. You immediately know, looking at them, this is the work of Father Tim, the padre of another MASH that you have a friendly rivalry with as clowns. But
I think the important question is, does he recognize any of the butts?
Oh, yeah, like Father Tim has mooned you before. So you recognize that at least his butt is among the butts. So that happens. So you have been pranked by Father Tim. Dak is just shaking his head like in disbelief.
So I'm just gonna say.
Did they open this in front of all of us right there at the truck that rolled in?
Or I imagine we're halfway between, right? Something like that.
Yeah. That's how I pictured it too. Like halfway between. Like you're like making your way over. Like he just like rips it open right there. Without, like,
Stony has zero interest in this.
Yeah, you like burst out laughing so that like other people know that like whatever these pictures are, or maybe you're angry about it. I mean, like I assume you'd be laughing, but
yeah. So he's thinking out loud. He's just like, "Oh, Tim, making me the butt of another joke."
Nice.
He says, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get him for this one."
Okay, so you make it to the tent, and you catch up to Stony, who's progressing slowly to the tent. You enter simultaneously.
Was it like urgent, the announcement?
The announcement was for all surgeons to immediately report to the hospital.
Okay. If the words urgent and hurry weren't involved, he will be doing neither of those.
Okay. So you will walk into the registrar, which is the first thing. So it'll be the registrar. You check people in, get their information, all the paperwork and whatnot. Then there's the receiving ward. And to the left of that, they do like all the labs, the dental, optical, all of that. Moving forward, pre-op and shock ward, pre-op and medicine to the right. So this is, you'd walk right by the pre-op area. This is where the 10 fresh soldiers are sitting or lying. And beyond
Kind
that,
of following the small dotted line on the map.
So if you follow this small one, so the red one or the dotted one?
The dotted one, little one.
Okay, yeah. So you can go straight to like the holding ward. You would want to scrub in that area over there. You could certainly walk straight up, come around from the side, so that you don't have to walk by like all of the people who are writhing in pain. And also like the office where Major Hale would be, he'd be out of there and kind of looking over all of the people in pre-op. So either way, like you're gonna cross his path, whether you go straight or to the left. Like
okay. So if there isn't a way to avoid my superior officer, I won't. I'll just go to the direct route.
So to avoid him, you could full on roll a maneuver to attempt to not be seen by him.
I can do that.
So this is a plus luck is what you would use here.
All right. Well, I'm not super lucky, but I'm not unlucky either. That is a 7.
A 7. Okay. So you managed to sneak by, but it inflicts 1 stress.
Okay.
It has taken a lot out of you to purposefully dodge any trouble. So you feel the stress building, but you successfully
Yeah,
dodge.
just his social anxiety is just, getting the best of him right now.
But your ultimate goal is still to end up in the scrub area, right?
Yeah, if I'm expected to actually, scrub up, he will.
Okay. Yeah,
I guess the first thing he will do is inquire why he's here, why they wanted him here.
So right away you see Valentine is already there. So with surgery, there's typically 4 up to 4 simultaneous surgeries ongoing, and
Okay.
there are 6 total surgeons, including the chief. So you will typically have in a situation like this, still 1 resting, even with a full cart of casualties. And that's just, you just never know when, and if everybody is working all the time, even though they will work for, days straight or something, it's just, you do your best and you try to keep somebody somewhat fresh.
Mm-hmm.
So you see the other surgeons are already at work. You have an open table and somebody has been presented there. The chief surgeon, Biff, is very occupied because you've also avoided seeing him and you've slipped somewhat seamlessly into where you're supposed to be. So we're going to start easy. And I say easy just with the amount of things ongoing. You have a gunshot wound to the gut. There is no
Perfect.
peripheral damage. It's, that he's been shot in the stomach. It is a 5 on the clock already. So you
Okay.
need to reduce that down to a 2 in order.
And I will just state for the record, my choice for choice cut was abdomen. So I get a bonus on checks for that section of the body.
So we and so just as another option for while you're treating this person, Father Don has been invited straight into the operating room as his move is counselor. So he frequently uplifts the doctors who are working. So he is there, whether or not he actually helps you in any capacity is up to him. So you will mark that down, 5 on the clock. If something goes wrong, he could die right here. Otherwise, hopefully we're going to save this guy. So
Hopefully.
All right.
I mean, of course I will. I'm the best. That's why I'm here.
That's right.
Surgeon number 1.
Yeah. Yes. Steady hand. Those are office references for those who aren't catching them.
Thank
All right,
you.
I'm
Stony.
going to put them in there.
Dr. Stony, what's your move?
So I guess my first bit would be to diagnose the my patient.
All right.
Right?
You tell me, doctor.
Yeah. I will diagnose to. Well, I guess I will roll, and that will determine exactly what happens.
All right. So this is a skill roll.
Yep. So I am +1 skill and +1. Would I get my choice cut on this, or wouldn't get that for because I'm not actually cutting into him yet?
How exactly does it read?
Let's see. Scroll up. Choose one location, head, chest, or abdomen. Take one ongoing to treat moves to operate on this location.
Okay, so that would be when
Just to operate.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Hawkeye. So just the +1 then. Ha, that is an 11 +1 for 12.
Awesome. So you're going to be taking a +1 forward on your next move with the patient, which presumably would be a tree check. So that'll stack. So normally I would hand you the casualty sheet for you to look at, but obviously we're remote.
Right.
But you know everything going on with this person's body. Like you know that there's just the gut you have to worry about. Like there's nothing wrong with any other segment of his body. You know that you have currently all the supplies that you would need to treat the wound in stock. Yeah, so I'd say like you're good to go. You're in a great position to begin treating.
All right, so I will do that then. And I guess it would be straight up surgery. If this
Yes.
I'm assuming this is what, like a gunshot wound?
This is, yeah, it's a gunshot wound, single shot. The caliber is decently high, but
Okay.
not like to the point where it tore through things. Just that it is
Enemy rifle, not enemy tank.
right. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I guess I will start the surgery check. So this is also a skill roll. So I'm getting the +1 from my last diagnosis roll, and then the +1 because of the choice cut, and then
Yes.
+1 because I am a skilled surgeon. I got a total of 6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay. So this triggers a complication, or you spend 1 stock to push your luck. If you push your luck, if you succeed, then I choose one of the above consequences. On a hit, you'll take a stress and get 1 consequence from the complications. If you push your luck and miss, trigger malpractice.
I think Stony would push his luck.
Let's do it. And
All right.
you have the stock, so -1 stock here.
Do it.
That's much better. So that is an 8 on the die. And do I still get my my bonuses from the last roll?
So you used the forward, but I would still consider this ongoing. 'Cause this is
For the choice cut.
yeah, for the choice cut. Like I know you're like pushing your luck, but like you're pushing your luck treating this guy's abdomen.
Right. So
I'll
that
do
would
+1.
be a total of 10 then.
Awesome. So I choose one of the above consequences instead of death. So let's say, ooh, I like this one. The treatment, while successful, takes longer than expected, and the next patient to arrive on your table will have 1 segment greater on the clock. All right, so you will remove, because of your success ultimately, you're going to remove 3 harm. Or no, 1 harm. I'm sorry. So 1 harm at a time. You remove the 1 harm from his gut. He's reduced to a 4. He's still kind of in that like fairly critical zone. And you're taking your sweet time, making sure everything checks out. It is your first surgery since arriving here, so maybe you're a little nervous.
Slash drowsy.
Yeah, / drowsy. So with your first treatment is successful. And let's say that you need to make an additional treatment check here.
All right.
Father Don, you're noticing that he is taking a very long time with this one patient.
I don't know where that die went.
So I'm
That is an 11.
An 11. Awesome.
so
All right.
I'm gonna go over and just kind of let him know that I'm nearby as a kind of a presence.
Okay.
Like a
yes, so
presence, but you know.
yeah, you'll stand nearby.
I'm sorry, did your presence go to medical school? If not, just move away.
Oh, dang.
Speaking of medical school, am I noticing the backup?
You, so there is a minor backup, but yes, where you're pretty sharp. You've noticed that Father Don has gone into the operating room as well.
Yeah, I'm going to pop in there and see if anyone needs my assistance.
With this next surgery check, you, without complications, remove another tick from the clock. So he's down to 3. You walk in and you see that the one who is being held up is in like good condition, being worked down, and it is by the new guy, Stony.
Okay, I'll stop on by and say, Lieutenant, do you need any help? Everyone else is lapping you here. We work quickly. We need to.
Well, we might work quickly, but when you got a GSW, you know, when somebody's got, you got to be precise and careful. You know, you don't want to nick the small intestine, and then, you know, that just creates a whole nother, you know, group of issues, you know, and then we can get even more backed up. So,
well,
you know,
likewise, there's 3 other guys with 3 other bullets in them that also need your help. So find a quicker balance. Everyone else is doing it, right? This isn't your first rodeo, hopefully. You did go to medical school. Everyone else here is doing it. You should too. If you need assistance, just ask. I'm happy to stand near and look over and assist you in any way that I can. I'm also trained.
Well, I guess there are 3 other guys with gunshot wounds that need assistance.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm not a surgeon, so, you know, I've already treated them as best I can. That is your job, yes?
As, you know, just, yeah, I think so. Now, if you don't mind, you know, I'm apparently backed up and I'm getting distracted right now.
Remember, it's not bad to ask for help, son.
But you're not a surgeon.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Hey, you got a real great one over here, huh? This guy's gonna be a ton of fun. Real team player. This is great. I'll be speaking to your commanding officer, just to let you know.
Which Dr. Biff is like within earshot of this.
And I know him. So
Yeah.
that's like, you got a real winner over here. This is great. Yeah, good luck with this one.
So since Major Jonah and I have a history, I just kind of exchange a look with him as we're watching this.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
Padre.
I'm assuming they got like a dossier on Stony before he showed up. It probably said stuff like, you know, medical genius, incredibly hard to work with.
Padre, I'd pray for this guy rather than all the soldiers if I were you.
You know, I'll have to come up with a special prayer for this friend here.
So during this exchange, you're doing like your finishing cuts on this particular soldier. Another one is already kind of being wheeled in, while like almost on top of the one that's being wheeled out. And while that's going on, an extremely fit, like 50-year-old guy with like spiky white hair, dressed in the military police uniform, and another man, also in military police uniform, they both bust in and they go to arrest Stony.
Welcome to Demons and Dragons.